Hello and welcome to Two Guys and Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm Garrett
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of September 24th, 2018.
All right, well, getting right into the news this week, we've got a lot of really cool shots and a little bit clips from the new Joker movie coming up in 2019. We don't know the exact release date on that one, but wow, I'm really impressed with this. It looks really good. Started off, they had I think we talked about this last week, but they had a shot of him smiling, listening. There was a song that was going on in the background, and it was kind of some footage. And now they've released a lot more footage from the movie, and a lot of shots of him in his makeup with green hair, in his new outfit, which I think is pretty damn spot on. It's something really cool. It's a new take. It's the same. It's basically the same exact thing as kind of what
Heath Ledger
did. Yeah,
very, very similar.
Very.
Like it's like the same exact suit coat he's wearing, but like
not as gaudy.
Opposite color.
Yeah, not as gaudy. It was
Yeah.
like they had a lot of like things they added into that one.
Not as purpley, I guess.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. I like it. I like the fact that he's got this extra little bit of makeup going down. Like
yeah, it's like
here.
not perfect.
Yeah,
and like it's sweat. Like he has sweat because he's moving around a lot.
It looks awesome. I'm very happy that they're not doing the origin story where he falls in a vat of acid. It's like. It just makes me laugh and cringe every time I hear that story. It makes more sense that he's a psychotic person that probably broke down at one point, whatever the circumstances are. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, so we don't really know too much about this. We're just going off of the photos that, for some reason, it seems like they just want to hype up this movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because DC has been doing so well.
Their marketing team is actually stepping up, and I like that.
Okay,
they're doing what Suicide Squad did in releasing so much
you're
right. Stuff. But I think that right now they're only showing little things like that other clip that they showed.
I think they're showing just the right amount of stuff,
Exactly.
Not too much.
It's just it's hook, line, and sinker. To be honest, it's like catching you by the mouth. And you're like, wow, like when they're going to talk about it. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
So they did a good job on this. This is their marketing. I applaud. Hey, marketing, good for you. Like this is how you do it.
But I guess what we do know is that he is part of some type of clown posse. I don't know if it's a circus or
it's insane,
or is that if it's insane, or if it's like a theater act. All we do know is he's friends with another clown, so I'm assuming that he's part of another clown group. And then we do know that Thomas Wayne is going to be in this. He is going to be running for mayor in this movie, so it seems like the Joker, for some reason, is upset with him for whatever reason. He might be like a Trump or a Nixon type of political figure.
Yeah, but Thomas Wayne's always been so clean cut that you're almost like maybe he's just going after him because he is so clean cut and he's gonna go after the bad guys. I think that's like kind of the way that he's trying to cut that out right away before he's even elected.
Yeah, but in some Batman games that I've played, like the Telltale games, that Batman story, they have Thomas Wayne as kind of a mob boss, kind of in a way, but it's very under the cover. Like he doesn't come out in public and act as a mob boss. It's always behind the curtain type of deal. So I think that might be he might have done something shady to the Joker in this, maybe.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cool. That's a good way to put it.
This is going to be, like we said last week, this is going to be not part of DCU. It might actually be a standoff because I don't see Joaquin Phoenix doing another Joker after this. I mean, maybe?
This is another Sony Venom problem, isn't it? Because like I've heard conflicting ones too, where they say it is going to be in the DCU.
Okay.
And then I've heard some that aren't. So I think this is another one where it hasn't been. It may have been put out there, but I still don't trust it. It's just like Sony saying, "Oh, we're going to be PG-13." Well, no, we're going to be rated R, and now it's officially PG-13.
Yeah. Actually, now that you bring it up, I kind of want to talk about that. So I also saw on the news this week that Tom Hardy, he wants Venom 2 to be rated R, and he wants Venom to be in an Avengers movie.
He's like, hey Disney, how can I fuck your week up?
Yeah.
How can I fuck the PR of this week?
I mean, supposedly the Fox Disney deal is supposed to happen next year, at the beginning of next year. So that's going to be a huge shift in entertainment, because that's so many titles, so many properties that Disney's going to have under their belt. They're pretty much going to be the biggest movie company on this planet, you know, with that acquisition.
Yep.
So, oh man.
It's like playing Monopoly with your brother and not telling him.
Yeah, or like having like money in your back pocket or something like that, you know? But also speaking of, I guess, comic book heroes, there's a new X-Men movie in the works, Gambit. We kind of learned some new information about this little guy. The new director, Simon Kinberg, says Gambit is going to have a romantic or sex comedy vibe to it. Yeah, so is this going to be like, I don't know how they're going to have a...
Somebody said...
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Yeah, that's kind of like that, or not like that. More like Sleepless in Seattle. Or
Okay.
what was the one where it was the AOL? Is that
You Got Mail?
You Got Mail. That's what they said. It might be something like that. Which makes me go, who the fuck at Fox is like... They must be so checked out at Fox right now that they're like, hey, just let them think that the Gambit movie's good. Get a director, and he can do whatever he wants with it. And the director's just like, let's do a romantic comedy.
We haven't done a superhero romantic comedy before yet.
And they're like, yeah, we're good.
You know who'd be great for that? Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Gambit? Yes.
Shirtless the whole time? Perfect.
Magic Mike 3? Okay.
Yeah, fuck this movie. This is sad news for me.
So this is what Kinberg has said to defend his take on this. When you look at Gambit, he's a hustler and a womanizer, and we just felt like there was an attitude, a swagger to him that lent itself to a romantic comedy.
So here's the thing, Gambit is like a kind of like a comedy.
He is kind of like a suave kind of guy, yeah.
But I would say that romance would be more like, have to be like James Bond. Where it's like he's hooking up with girls randomly, and like if you make it a romantic movie where he has like a girl, how is he womanizing the other girls? And like that's where it's gonna start losing people if it's gonna be focused on one girl and it's...
I mean, the Gambit that I know is from the TV show from the 90s. And he called everyone Mizumi. And he was in love with, I believe, Rogue.
Kept touching her all the time.
Yeah.
He would always take his power.
Exactly. He wasn't... Maybe they'll do something like that. I mean, that could be funny. Because that would be hilarious just to see him get his powers lost.
Okay, I guess I forgot about him chasing after Rogue. So I mean, like, I guess like he could have like
if they tied it in.
Yeah, I mean, you could do something other than Rogue too. You could just do something like some girl that like just like scares the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He has to like, you know, change his ways.
Where he's a big ego head, but then he has to deal with this girl that is intimidating, I guess.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to say, you know, when I say romantic comedy, I use that term loosely, in the same term that I use the term Western for Logan loosely. It's not like they're gunslinging at high noon in Logan, it's just a vibe. And I would say the vibe of Gambit has a romantic or sex comedy to it. While it is also very much a superhero movie with villains and heroes as well as these movies are. And then he also says that the New Mutants, what's it called? Yeah, New Mutants is going to be a horror movie, which is kind of cool. Can't wait for that one more than this.
You've seen the trailer, right?
No.
Yeah, they released a trailer. They thought they were going to release that this year.
Oh, because they're doing reshoots for this, right?
To make it more horror. I think they moved it to February next year or March. So it's supposed to come out around then.
No, the new X-Men. Phoenix.
No, but also...
Oh, so we're getting two in that time.
Yeah, and they're not going to be connected in any way.
No.
They're just supposed to be... And this is supposed to be... I think the X-Men one's rated R. if not PG-13, and if they had to switch to PG-13, I think it's going to be a lot. Because it looked really good in the trailer. When you watch the trailer, there's a lot going on, and you can see why they did reshoots. But it's just one of those movies you're like, oh, well, it's going to come out a year later, and it's either going to be good or bad. Same with Dark Phoenix. But the Dark Phoenix trailer just released this week, and that was really good too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Of course.
Movie trailers.
Of course. But I just think that it's. I think that Fox is finally starting to take their role seriously, and I think they're realizing really quickly now, hey, we are part of Marvel. Coming up here, and we need to start making that stuff, or else people are going to get canned, and they're going to just fill it up with other people.
I mean, because look what's hot: superhero movies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the box office you see are superhero movies, and that's what's making money. People want superhero movies. That's, I guess, the fad in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
So might as well jump on it.
Yeah. And I know that we're doing another story, but I just want to say they did release a story today on movies. That Ryan Reynolds, did you see what he's going to be playing?
For what?
It's going to be a new movie. He's going to be playing a guy that
like a Truman Show?
No, he realizes that he's in a video game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the Truman Show, I guess, kind of in a way.
Yeah, so I guess that was talked about today, and I saw that. That's
wow. Yeah, I saw
really
just I didn't dive into that too much this week, but I just saw like the title of it and read it quickly.
Yeah,
but that'll be cool.
That looks really cool. But anyways, next up we've got Rocketman. First look of Taron Egerton as Elton John. It looks really good.
Yeah,
that was surprising.
Right? This is really surprising. I wasn't expecting him to look this good. Looks like he kind of fattened up for this role. His facial hair, or not facial hair, the hair on his head very much looks like Elton John. He even has like the silly boots or silly shoes with the wings on them. So this movie is being directed by the same guy that is doing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So originally, Bryan Singer was going to do the Freddie Mercury Bohemian Rhapsody, but this new guy, I forgot his name, Dexter Fletcher is his name. So we'll see how good he does, because Bohemian Rhapsody comes out this year. Winter? Yeah, November time frame. So we'll see how that goes, and then this Rocketman is supposed to come out May 31st, 2019.
It looks really good. I know that we haven't seen any footage. And I was reading the article, and they were saying that they're gonna do a rated. I think they said a rated R.
Yeah, they're supposed to. This is being produced by Paramount, and they said they're going to make this, as clear as how his life was leading up to his album in 1972.
Drugs, everything. So yeah, it's good. I think this will be cool. It'll be fun to see how he does. Definitely for Bohemian Rhapsody, and then that'll probably shine a light on. Maybe he's gonna start doing biopics of artists. I think that if he can do it, then I think that would be a really cool niche market to go after, to get some more views. And I wouldn't mind watching biopics like this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to see them in the theater and spend the money for them if they're gonna be that good.
And then Taron, just to give a background on him, he was in the animated movie Sing. And he actually sang in that movie, so I'm assuming he's going to sing in this new Rocketman movie.
I had the displeasure of actually seeing Sing, and he can sing pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix. I thought it was,
It was Matthew McConaughey. It was pretty much Matthew McConaughey in real life, man. Hey, dude,
Yeah, it was definitely a kid's movie, but I don't know. Moving on from there, we have, sorry guys, Pickle Seth!
Pickle Seth!
So Seth Rogan is going to be in this strange new movie where he falls into a vat of pickle juice and wakes up 100 years later to find out that he is in the future in Brooklyn, and apparently he wakes up to hang out with his computer programming great-grandson, Ben, which is also played by Seth Rogen.
What? This coming from a novel, what was it called? Sellout?
Yeah.
And from the New York Times? Or the New Yorker.
Uh-huh.
I heard about this like a couple months ago.
Okay.
It was rumored on Reddit that
Yeah.
he was working on it. And so I read about it and I'm going, yeah, no. And it's funny that it's now being released, or it's being produced now. And it's basically, yeah, he falls in a vat of pickles and that's the story.
I mean, this is very interesting. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. Obviously, it's gonna be a fucking ridiculous comedy if this is the premise.
Yep. You know, Weed will be involved, and it's Seth Rogen. You know, if we've learned anything from his last movie, Sausage Party,
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same exact thing.
and that's a good point because this is also being going to be a Sony film, and the guy that's going to be directing this is going to be his directorial debut, Brandon Tross, but he's also worked with Seth Rogen for many years. He's worked on This Is the End, The Neighbors, The Disaster Artist, and also he directed a episode of Future Man on Hulu, which Rogen has been an executive producer for. So, I mean, Seth Rogen, he does great with comedies. I guess the only failure he had was The Green Hornet, even though I like that movie. I'm excited. I mean, it sounds ridiculous.
It does, but at least it's something that Seth Rogen's doing, and we usually know that Seth Rogen has...
You know his style.
Yeah, he has somewhat. It's going to be funny. You know it's going to be funny, so...
He doesn't half-ass for the most part.
You know, and to be honest, to go out on a little tangent here, I think he's becoming more or less the Adam Sandler
Yeah.
of our era of comedy, and I just hope that he doesn't end up falling off and being like Adam Sandler with animated movies and half-assed movies on Netflix, but I don't see him slowing anytime soon.
Damn, that is a great point. He is the Seth Rogen of our generation, for sure.
I mean, think about when we were 18 years
or
old.
the Adam Sandler, sorry.
Yeah, when we were around 18, 19 years old, maybe 20, he was...
Just, starting out.
He was just starting out in Superbad. And
yeah, 2007.
Yeah, and so, I mean, he had been in a bunch of other movies, but he was a supporting character. Like, he wasn't a lot of other movies like Adam Sandler was. So it's just so nice to see him now. Even oh god, what was the death movie where everyone dies?
This Is the End.
This Is the End.
Yeah.
Even that was just awesome. Like,
yeah.
And it shows that he keeps coming out, even though people didn't like it. And people thought it was kind of stupid, and
I liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah,
it's a
it was so
classic.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's one of those that you watch over and over, and you see something each time, and it's more funny. So.
Yeah, and I also liked about it is that everybody played themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Air quotes.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera. Oh my god. I know that's not Michael Cera how he is, but that's how the public portrays him.
Oh, they did such a good job.
They did great with writing on that. But also, just to end on this, I just found this interesting. Seth Rogen is going to be voicing Pumbaa in Disney's Lion King.
Yep.
And then he's also working on a upcoming comedy with Charlize Theron, which is called Flarsky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Doesn't give much away from that title.
Exactly. I guess we'll cover that at a later time. Moving on from there, we're going back to the 80s. Danger Zone!
Oh, God.
So Top Gun 2. This is happening, guys. We got some news, or I guess we'll just throw out everything that we know so far about this movie. This movie came out in 1986. I didn't see it maybe till I was in junior high or high school. But I liked it when I first saw it. So many people quote this movie, the original Top Gun, like Iceman, and they make fun of it for its gay undertones and
over exaggeration.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise, he makes great movies. You can't deny that, and he's really pushing this. He's trying to get great actors on this aboard. and he's really trying to nail down the aerial shots right now.
Is he starring in it?
Yeah, of course he's going to be in it. Well, I mean, when is he not in his movies? When is he never, So the official title of Top Gun, Tom Cruise wants it to be called Top Gun Maverick, which is the name of his character, if you don't remember, in the first movie.
It'll be about his son.
Yeah, probably. It'll probably be about his son. Now, who's going to be directing Top Gun 2? It's not going to be Tony Scott, who, directed the first one. It's going to be Joseph Kosinski. He directed Oblivion. Great movie. I don't know if you guys saw it. I definitely recommend that one. What's the story of Top Gun 2? So, from 1986 till now, it's big difference. We're actually in a war still. The Navy is still in a war. Back then, they weren't in a war, so they'll probably have to incorporate, the Iraq and Afghanistan, the Middle East, basically. So there'll probably be a lot more drones. So they'll probably have to deal with, drones taking over, the scene instead of fighter pilots.
You know what I'm guessing? Love to see is the opening scene is his son. This is my wildest dream.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Somewhat okay. So the opening scene is the son is just sitting there and he's in a fighter plane.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got all the gear on and he's it's showing a whole scene of what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's in a drone though, so it doesn't show it, but he's in a drone. He's just flying around and it shoots guns and it blows something up.
Mm-hmm.
And it says mission accomplished, and then it says bogey on your 6, and it's got a rocket that's locked onto him, and it shows it, and it's just he's trying to get rid of it, and it ends up hitting him, and it ends up showing that it's just a fucking simulator. and that's how they train drone pilots.
Yeah.
And then it's congratulations, this movie's not going to be about planes.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be half and half, or drones taking over, the military.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what it's gonna be about. So who do we know is gonna be in the cast? Well, Val Kilmer, he said he's definitely gonna be in it, so he's coming back. So that's cool. We'll see Iceman back.
You don't have those two. I'm sorry, but that would have just been.
Yeah, you gotta have him in that movie. He was one of the main characters. Come on. So who's going to be the son? Right now they're debating. I guess I don't know if they're debating, but in the running they have Miles Teller, Nicholas Hoult, who was the Beast in X-Men. Also he was in Skins. Yeah. And then. What's that? Glenn? Is his name Glenn Powers, or is that Miles Teller?
That's Miles Teller.
Okay, Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He was in X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm. No, he was in Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Okay, that's right.
The new reboot where he was Captain Fantastic.
Yeah, and
Mr.
then
Fantastic.
Glenn Powell. Who is he?
Serious looking actor.
I guess he was in CSI Miami, Without a Trace.
Basically, imagine the cop that always does the right thing in the show.
That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah.
And then who else is gonna be in it? So they are saying that John Hamm, Ed Harris, and Jennifer Connelly are gonna be in it. So John Hamm, Ed Harris, Jennifer Connelly. That's already a win right there.
Mm-hmm. That's your supporting cast.
Yeah, supporting cast, right?
We'll see the award ceremonies pretty soon.
Shit. Tom Cruise is definitely putting a lot of money into this movie.
Yeah.
Those guys are.
Yep. Yep. And they probably, it's funny because I was thinking about Scientology too. I always check and see how many of these guys are in Scientology.
Oh, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who's part of his cult? He's probably, who knows? What if they have John Travolta just comes in randomly?
Hey, I don't want you thinking this was part of the movie.
So originally this movie was going to come out in July 2019, but has since shifted to about June 26th, 2020
Whoa.
because they want to refine the aerial action, according to Tom Cruise and Kolinsky.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, we have one more story in the news. This movie called Train to Busan is getting a remake, an American remake. If you guys don't know, this movie is a Korean zombie movie where the father and daughter are on a train going to Seoul from Busan to meet the mother, and then during this time a zombie outbreak happens. And this movie, great. It's on Netflix. I definitely recommend it if you are into zombie movies or horror. Also, it's getting a Korean sequel. So not only is it getting an American remake, but there's also getting a sequel. So obviously, this movie has totem to stand on.
I personally have never seen it, but it sounds actually pretty cool.
Since we're talking about this now, I want to bring this up. Starting next month on October 19th, we will be doing the 13 Nights of Horror. In this series, each day, Evan and I will be picking our favorite horror movies. We'll be discussing it, talking about why we like the movie, and recommending it to you guys. So look out for that. And then also, Garrett and I will be working on some things for October. So stay tuned. Now let's move into our middle of the show, movie trailers.
We got movie trailers.
All right, first up for our trailer review for the week is Dark Phoenix. Finally released a trailer for this movie. We didn't think it was going to happen.
Oh, geez, it comes out next year in February. What the heck, man?
Yeah, right? I thought it was funny. There's a YouTuber that came out with this video called "Why X-Men Will Never Release Dark Phoenix." Fox will never. And then the next video is the trailer. Or when you see the trailer and you finish it, that's the next video.
Oh,
It comes up and it's just the most embarrassing thing going through the comments.
That's
section.
hilarious.
Like, hey, guess this didn't work out for you, did it? And I was just like, they actually released it.
dude, for real. I mean, they've been talking about this movie since the last movie, since Apocalypse. That was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's and that's their MO. Like, I swear to you, as soon as what's it called ended, they had Apocalypse at the end of the movie. What was that movie? First Class.
Last Stand. No.
Last Stand.
Oh, that's the third one.
Future Past.
Future Past.
And they had the trailer for. It was literally another trailer, and then they had Michael Aaron Thomas, whatever, Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And they had him playing it, and it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, he's not even in the movie. And so,
yeah, he's not in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. And no, this was from Days of Future Past.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to play before Oscar Isaac played Apocalypse. He was supposed to play him.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? He's Quicksilver. Huh.
Well, because it's a different franchise. He's Quicksilver in the Marvel universe.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that Quicksilver, my bad.
But yeah, they finally released this, and it looks good.
Yeah, I really like these movies. I mean, people shit on Apocalypse, but I enjoyed it. You know what? This is the arc that they always bring up at the end of the franchise. The Last Stand, they brought up the Dark Phoenix arc. So this is probably the last of this X-Men,
And I think that's why they started doing reshoots. I think that they knew it was looming that Marvel was going to end up coming in this, and maybe changing it around, starting it new, getting new green, getting new everything.
Yeah, because technically this franchise is still tied in to the one from before, because they did from Future Past with Wolverine and whatnot, which was pretty cool that they tied those in.
Yeah.
So that made it like, an MCU before MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I can't wait for it to come out. It has the same great cast as before. Let's do it. Woo! Holy shit! So Holmes and Watson dropped literally 2 hours from this recording, and wow, that trailer was hilarious.
It was a breath of fresh air in comedy. You even had a good comedy trailer. I mean, there's a lot of really good trailers. Don't get me wrong. And there's so many trailers in the year, it's kind of hard to put them all together.
Yeah.
But it is the type of funny that these two, John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, produce is just so good and so wholesome, and you can't help but just watch it and laugh. Like, it's so
we
slapstick.
laughed through the whole trailer pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah, there's always something that you can laugh at, even if it's stupid. And
it is very stupid, but hilarious.
it's so good, and they just, whoever they team themselves up with, they always find really good writers, and I'm guessing that they're already perfectly fine together to make comedy to begin with.
Yeah.
So it just, this was awesome. I knew that this was going to happen as soon as I was like, oh, they were doing this.
Yeah.
Like, the trailer's just going to show exactly Talladega Nights in the this 18th century, them as Watson and
exactly
Sherlock Holmes.
And that's pretty much was, Talladega Nights, or I guess kind of Step Brothers, but more Talladega Nights kind of characters, just the way they act.
Yeah.
They're not like a negative with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie is being directed by Ethan Coen. He has worked on with Will Ferrell on Get Hard, which came out in 2015.
Did you like that movie?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I
thought it was okay. It wasn't one of his best, but I thought it was okay.
I thought Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart pairing together was not fine wine.
No.
I think that was...
They're two different type of comedy,
Mm-hmm. And I think that was the only thing weighing them down. And I could... Honestly, it could be anybody that they throw that person in there. Actually, I personally thought T.I. was pretty funny. I thought he would have been funny as the main character.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably, Will Ferrell, he's a big-headed guy, I'm assuming. And definitely, I'm sure Kevin Hart is probably one too, so they probably butt heads,
of course,
in the movie. But besides Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, looks like the villain is going to be Ralph Fiennes. He's going to be playing the mortuary? What does that say? Mortuary?
Yeah, I think it's his like it's a character, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's his rival.
Okay. His rival.
The guy that was in the one with Robert Downey Jr., Sherlock Holmes. That one, they have that. Moriarty.
That's how you pronounce it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking Italian.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a Moriarty.
So Ralph Fiennes, if you don't know, has played Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter franchise. And he's also been in Schindler's List and
he's the Red Dragon.
And so many other great movies. This guy's a great actor. This movie comes out Christmas of this year, so definitely gonna have to see this with my parents. Because every year we have a tradition where we go see a movie on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to, nudge. Here's a $20. Let's see this movie.
Unless there's a really quick Star Wars that they try to throw at the last minute.
That, or my mom wants to see another Mark Wahlberg movie.
God bless you, my friend.
Dude, I saw The Gambler on Christmas.
Oh.
I saw that one that just came out last year on Christmas where he's working for that billionaire.
Oh yeah, and then
they had reshoots for
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
that movie. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but yeah. So hopefully we'll see a good comedy this year.
Yeah, right. Be something that keeps us happy in the theaters.
Yeah, because my brother was like saying, "What is even coming out the rest of this year?" It's like, John. I mean, there's a few movies, but not too much.
not a lot going on this horizon.
But let's go on to our last trailer here.
And last but not least, because it isn't a Michael Bay trailer or movie, we have the Bumblebee trailer.
Yeah, and so I'm actually excited for this one. Based off of that trailer, I've been tired of Transformer movies. I mean, they're kind of like Fast and the Furious movies. They're over the top too much. This looks like it's going back to its roots. It's not being Supported by Chevrolet or GM this time. There's no GM cars. Looks like it's, has the comedy, quirky things. Kind of reminds me of the first one. Where Shia LaBeouf first finds Bumblebee. So this takes place in 1987. Bumblebee finds refuge in a junkyard in a small town in California. And the trailer kind of looked like it was New York or Philadelphia. When we were watching it, you pointed out that one scene kind of looked like Always Sunny outside the bar.
Yep. Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing to look at.
They have gone so far with their CGI. It looks a lot better now.
Yeah, in just like the scene where he's rubbing her hair.
Yeah, that's what I was like, whoa!
That was really cool. I thought that was really cool in the sense that we haven't seen them interact with people, and if they are, they're like holding them or. And I thought Optimus Prime and all the other Autobots and Decepticons that had their original. That's game changer right there.
They should have done that from the beginning.
And that's the thing I like about this not being Michael Bay. And look at the popularity in it. The popularity's gone up this week because of that.
I think so.
And people are going to start talking about it, and people are going to say, well, I don't have to worry about this being a Michael Bay film. Now, granted, it might come out and it might be another,
very similar to Michael Bay.
Correct.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the explosions like it does. Like, there was a missile fired, and it didn't show it explode. Oh my god. Michael Bay would have had all the explosions in the movie in the trailer. So this is really cool. This is going to be a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it is being directed by Travis Knight. He has worked on some kids movies, including Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a great movie. Paranorman, which was a pretty cool movie. Box Trolls, all right. Great movie. Coraline, sorry. Coraline. Let's see. The actors and actresses. So the main character is Haley Steinfeld. She's playing Charlie Watson. Also, Justin Trudeau is going to be in this.
And somebody that we cannot see.
And John Cena!
Didn't see that coming.
Right? So
this is a kids movie.
Yeah.
It looks like a kids movie. It's awesome. The director's a kids movie director. This is what Transformers should have been. It should have been adults being jealous that the kids get a better movie than they do.
Yeah.
Not the adults so jealous that they wish that the kids would actually just watch it instead of them. Like, I'm sitting there in the theater watching all these kids going like, yeah, and I'm like, you poor children, what are you watching?
Yeah, right.
Wait till you get older and you're like, man,
what were we thinking?
Exactly. But this looks good. This looks like it actually is made for kids. And
yeah, when we first saw that teaser, I'm like, oh god, another Transformers movie.
Yeah.
But this one looks great, and it comes out around Christmas. Says here December 21st. So just like Watson, might have to see this or Watson.
Yeah. When this will be a fun review weekend too.
Yeah.
We have to definitely dump some cash into both of these.
Right.
So, hey, you know what? Good on them, and good on them for getting a director and not having Michael Bay anywhere near this project.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably in the trailer, like, hey, I can help you do that. And they're like, no, Michael Bay, get out of here. No explosions for you.
Right. So that's gonna do it for movie Lowdown. It's a little bit of a long one. I'm liking these long ones. Hopefully you guys are too. Did you have a question of the week?
I keep forgetting.
It's fine.
My question's usually what is existence this week? Between football and movies, it's just like, what's going on in life?
Oh man, I mean, yeah, that's another topic. But
yeah, exactly.
But yep, that's gonna do it for this week. As always, please comment, like, and subscribe. I am TJ Washuk.
And I am Captain America's Shield.
Hoo-yah! This has been a Two Guys production.
Hey! You know what I think is really amazing is that we've gone almost maybe 2 or 3 weeks without talking about Movie Pass.
Oh god. Oh no. What's going on with them?
We'll see next time on Movie Lowdown.